apologize for the delay in getting these videos out to you. I was very swamped with work and school. All right, so I apologize for that. Okay. So you have the Three of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the King of Rods, the Death card, the Wheel of Fortune, Five of Pentacles, Page of Rods, Justice, reverse, and also the Seven of Cups. So both of these cards are in the reverse position. I'm going to pull out one more, the Devil in the reverse, which is a good card. And it's a good card to end on that note. So Virgos, let's see what is in store for you here. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside and then we can talk about that in a little bit. It seems to me as if you are starting out with this month looking back at your past, and it's funny because Pisces, was it? Yeah, Pisces were doing the same thing. A lot of past energy, a lot of situations where thoughts of the past, hurts, pains, disappointment, and things like that from the past are affecting our ability to fully be engaged and emotionally present in our present day. Okay, so there's a lot of backward looking energy, but all of that is basically coming to an end. So I feel that, you know, when it comes to relationship, when it comes to work situations that haven't really gone the way that we want, we are a little bit scared and fearful about moving forward into the future. And I feel that a lot of you might have invested something, might have formulated plans with somebody from your past, and the plans didn't pan out the way that you'd hope because the other person were not trustworthy. Okay, so this is a situation that is, you still feel very reluctant about forming new plans and forming new associations, and even trusting that whatever you have in your present right now and the people that are around you in your present moment are completely trustworthy. So this is all a matter of, you know, once burned, twice shy type of situation. But I definitely feel here we do have a threesome type of situation. This can potentially be, you know, getting involved with one person who might be involved with somebody else, or being fearful about getting yourself in a situation where you put so much trust and faith in a partnership, work partnership, or relationship partnership, and not have it pan out the way that you'd want because there are too many people involved and too many people that you have to cater to. So you're a little bit hesitant about this, but I do feel we are starting out here with the Three of Wands. It does indicate to me a clean slate for you. This is new energy coming through. This is indicating that the opportunity that you work really, really hard for has finally arrived. It's basically, you know, if you look at the Rider-Waite deck, he's looking over a body of water and all these ships are coming through. The ships indicate arrival of news, arrival of something good, and it also indicates opportunity for you to transport yourself away from this place into an environment that is better. It's equivalent to like the Six of Swords, but this is more of a success. It's more finance, success, work, whereas the Six of Swords is more about, you know, mental energies and emotions and overcoming obstacles in the love front. So I definitely feel everything that you've been doing so far, Virgos, they're bearing fruit and they're manifesting. So this is a point for you to take that next step in your life in order to progress forward and to go freely and boldly without emotional baggage. Okay, you are going to let the emotional baggage drop on the wayside and you're moving on with your life. So this is a very, very good card for success in general. What's coming in as well is the Ten of Cups, which does indicate, you know, it's the apex of emotional fulfillment. It's the epitome of, grand total happiness where everything is going right in your life and you don't have to worry about how things are going to look tomorrow because you know it's going to be great. So this is hope for the future. This is emotional fulfillment, everything that you've dreamed of and wished for. And I do feel for a lot of you, it might be a brand new relationship because what I'm sensing at the center of this spread here, we have the Queen of Swords as well as the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles, usually when I do a reading for somebody, it indicates a karmic relationship in the upright position. It can be a very long established friendship where both parties take care of one another, okay? In the reverse position, and especially with this deck, and this is a new deck as you can see that I am trying out, it has a different connotation, but I do sense in this situation, it's a relationship. If you are involved with an air sign, this can be, male, female, it's Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. If you are involved with an air sign in a love romantic relationship, I do feel that the Five of Pentacles is a good card to get in the love front because it indicates two people who are scrapping away their pretenses and trying to work together as a unit. Because no matter what, she's nursing him. So whatever he's been through, whatever battle scars or whatever dire situation he is in emotionally or even physically, she's there for him. It could be construed as one-sided, but I do feel in the reverse, it might indicate that the sympathy, empathy, and even, that ability to relate to one another is going to start to flow both ways. So it's not going to be one-sided. All right. And the thing about the Queen of Swords here is that Queen of Swords are very, very blunt. They're very direct. They are truth seekers and they don't really tolerate a lot of excuses. So if you are involved with an air sign who has, these characteristics, who's a little bit argumentative, who could be, difficult, and who nitpicks on technicalities. So a lot of signs say that, Virgos are nitpicky, but I do feel that when you're dealing with a Queen of Swords, which is, an air sign, male or female, they are very organized, they are very logical, they're very rational, so they come across as somebody who's a little bit cold and distant, okay? So what's coming in is that both of these cards indicate to me that you are going to have to put your defenses down. You can't wall yourself up like this, or your partner is going to start to put their defenses down, and you both can approach one another from a place of mutual trust and respect and rapport. So I definitely feel that a channel of communication is going to open up between you and a very significant love relationship in your life that will allow you this opportunity for great emotional fulfillment, where you feel that fortune is on your side and you feel as if you don't have to fight so hard. You have a team player, you have somebody on your team who's rooting for you, or at least who's alongside you. As a result of it, you're feeling quite good and you're able to let go of the pain and the hurts from the past in order to proceed and have a better future with this person. So I definitely feel a lot of hopefulness coming through for the first two weeks of the month, okay? The second 2 weeks, it's a good energy as well, but it's different. I do feel like a turnaround, not for the worse or for the better, but it's just a shift in the energies. So let's talk about the other cards here. What I am getting here is we do have a King of Rods as well. And the King of Rods is also in the reverse position. So a lot of you have made up your mind that you are going to take a certain direction. And I do feel, regardless of whatever it is that you want to do, you're waiting for projects to come in. And it's actually happening for you. And you're realizing that, oh my God, it's really happening. I really need to plan this out. And you're starting the planning stages. The King of Rods is a man of action, but because he's in the reverse position, it indicates to me that you're awaiting some legal resolution. You're waiting on some type of final say from a legal authority figure in order for you to move forward, okay? And this is something, unfortunately, is the Justice card in the reverse position. I do feel that it's not going to end up exactly the way that you'd hope, but I do feel that you have an inkling about this, and that's why it has been delayed for quite some time, because you're trying to work yourself, you're trying to get yourself mentally prepared to deal with this worst case scenario. And I feel like it can be, the verdict of whatever this court situation is, or this contract, or even the findings, like a court case finding. It could be an investigation, it could be a legal dispute involving, I don't see children in here. Well, we do have a page. So it could be involving children. It could be a breakdown in a family unit, somebody like an injury lawyer, for example. I do feel that, the Queen of Swords does represent legal counsel. In the reverse position, she might have, an idea of where you should be headed, but you're thinking otherwise. You're feeling as if, I really want to take this a certain way. If there is like an injury associated with this, if there are children involved, I do feel that the court case itself can get a little bit messy and it's a little bit sticky. And you might be hesitant about entering this court case, or at least continuing on with it, because you don't see a good outcome in sight. But what I do feel is that by the last 2 weeks of the month, there is going to be a resolution and you are going to achieve closure. Okay, so the Death card indicates to me final transitions happening. So no matter what it is, you're going to be okay. You're going to move past it, and there's no way for you to delay the inevitable. I do feel that if you have a legal counselor in your, like a legal counsel in your midst that you're dealing extensively with, you might not see eye to eye on, the progression of this situation. You both are in the reverse position. So I do feel that you might want to be careful. You hire this person for a reason, so let him or her give you their expertise. Okay, so this is a situation where you pretty much have to take the back seat here. So that would be my advice. So once this situation ends, that's when your life begins. And that's when you're going to, be able to exhale, and you're going to start to feel like, okay, things are on the upswing. I don't have to go back to this legal issue anymore. My life is now, I have a clean slate. I have a new person in my life that I can continue with. So a lot of you might be transitioning from, a divorce situation to a new person, or a lot of you might be dating a new person while you're waiting for the verdict on the divorce or separation. So there's an element of one thing ending or one thing beginning. Concurrently, another thing is ending. So you're running two parallel things. You're running two things that are, on parallel time frames here. So good for you, but ideally, I would say, let one thing end first before you start something new. Otherwise, it can create jealousies. It can also create an unstable foundation. So I do feel that's what's happening here, because the people are in the reverse position. So I do feel there's a little bit of a conflict of interest, possibly even communication problems. But I do sense it's going to sort itself out. But, ideally, we aim for one thing ending while the next relationship should begin when the old thing has ended. So I feel that, because things were not done in that type of an order, in that progression, there might be situations that you're dealing with that can result in a little bit of a conflict, but it's going to work itself out, okay? So additionally, I do feel that money is actually going to be very stable this month, because we have the Five of Pentacles reverse. This is the only Pentacles card in the entire spread, and it's in the reverse position, which indicates to me there is somebody in your life, possibly even a fire sign. It can be an air sign or a fire sign, but they're helping to restore your sense of self-esteem. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles is usually financial worries, but in the reverse, it can also indicate, the freedom from financial worries, or even freedom from feeling that sense of lack, self-esteem, low self-esteem, and things like that. So you're going to be freed from it. If you were in a relationship where, you know, somebody just mistreated you, or they constantly put you down. I feel that you're coming away from this, okay? A lot of you might be transitioning from an air sign to a fire sign. Air sign is Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. That might be a little bit abrasive with their words, or they might be a little bit, they just, they're very blunt, and they don't sugarcoat things. So that might have really cut at your self-esteem, because I know a lot of Virgos, you have you're very delicate souls, and you get hurt easily, and when you get hurt too, you lash out. So I do sense that a lot of you might have been in a relationship with an air sign that didn't make you feel good about yourself, and you are now transitioning to a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, okay? Or vice versa. You are dating a fire sign, you're transitioning to an air sign. And I do feel that it could be fire sign transitioning to an air sign, and the fire sign making a comeback, which can complicate things, okay? So that's why it's really important to let one thing end completely before you bring a new person into your life, out of courtesy for the new person, okay? But I do feel things will resolve themselves, but I do feel that the last 2 weeks of the month is mainly about not sitting on your laurels, spending time with your significant other for sure. But there's still work that needs to be done. There's still like a lot of projects that I feel that you need to pick up. But once again, I feel that you are in a very celebratory mood on the heels of this court situation, that you're spending more time to your partner because you're starting to realize that your partner has been there for you through thick and thin, and they're not going anywhere. You haven't scared them off, so you're really feeling quite good about your relationships right now. I do feel for a lot of you too, there is a very busy energy in which you might be turning your back on a significant other or a partner, and they might end up feeling neglected. So I do sense that coming back by the end of this month, coming back and giving time to the people that are important in your life, no matter who that is going to be required of you, okay? At the end of this month, whatever illusions, whatever hasn't worked for you, whatever projects that you were trying to get off the ground, and you know, and if it didn't come to fruition because you were waiting on contracts, you were waiting on signatures, you were waiting and waiting, all of those things are being scrapped away from your life, because the Seven of Cups here in the reverse position does indicate that false choices are fading away and we end up with the real thing, okay? On top of that, like I said, I pulled out, this is the Devil card in the reverse position. So you're no longer in bondage to the old. You're in a good phase in your life. You also have a new beginning here with the Death card. You also have the Wheel of Fortune here. You also have the card, it's all about letting pretenses go and approaching a relationship or a partnership in a more authentic manner. So all of these things are very, very positive. They are incredibly positive. You also have, you know, the card that indicates the apex of the emotional human experience. So this is a very, very good card. It's the Ten of Cups. You're going to be starting this month feeling quite ecstatic. So Virgos, throughout the course of this month, there are going to be just a little bit of, you know, bumps and annoyances and hassles and minor, minor, minor roadblocks along the way. When it comes to court situation, when it comes to dealing with other people's egos. But I do feel that ultimately you're going to be feeling really, really good this month. And I do feel as well, you are going to let go of the past. For those of you who have been in sticky legal disputes, it's coming to an end, and you're going to sigh a sigh of relief. You're going to exhale a sigh of relief, and you're going to start to feel as if once again your life is in control and is manageable and things are going well. Don't put so much emphasis in money, okay? Spend time with your loved ones. It doesn't matter how much you make. If you're working all the time and you're not spending any time with them, they are going to walk out on you. So just be very careful about that. Be very mindful about what's really important in life, okay? if the past relationships hasn't taught you anything, it's that time is very important. I feel like time to celebrate, time to be alone, time to get comfortable with one another enough where you can put down your walls, okay? So I do feel an element of time here with the Wheel of Fortune. It's going to be required of you to take the time and spend it with whoever it is that you feel you love, okay? Because we have the Ten of Cups and then this couple here with the Wheel of Fortune. And we have a woman who is potentially, in need of love and affection because she seems a little bit cold, all right? So take some time off and spend time with your significant other. This is going to be a very spectacular month, Virgos. Take care of yourself. I will talk to you soon. And if you'd like a private reading, please contact me at temperatestar@gmail.com. I apologize once again for the delay in the video, and I will try to be back in the next 2 weeks or so to work on the weekly videos. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.